You know, not many people come up here. Whoa there. No need to be so jumpy. I promise I won't bite. Well, too hard. I am so sorry. That was inappropriate, right? I don't get out much. Most of my friends are used to my, uh, unique sense of humor. So, you're pretty quiet, huh? Like the put headphones on just to have a good excuse to ignore others kind of quiet. Which, of course, is not the same as the headphone wearer variant that puts them on without any music playing just to have a bit of a quiet time. They seem similar, but they aren't. It's refreshing to have someone like you around. Everyone's so loud, but you're chill. So that sounds like you, huh? Which variant of headphone wearer might you be? The music listener, so you've got a good excuse? Or the no music haver that just creates the illusion that you've got a good excuse to ignore people? A bit of variety never hurt anyone, I say. It makes sense you're a little bit of both. You look like you don't like a lie, but you're willing to if you need to. That's not something weird to say, right? It's just an observation, not a judgment. I I am not good at conversations or making friends or dealing with people. Should be obvious, I think. Look at where I am when the moon's nice and out and there is mischief to get up to. Speaking of the time, usually I'm the only one up here. It's a real surprise to see anyone even think about coming to this cold, dreary, wonderful place. A break, huh? Yeah, I get that. Want to talk about it? Yeah, that makes sense. Mm, would you mind if I put on some music? I was going to when I heard you coming up. I didn't know who you'd be or if you'd like being surprised by some music, so, um, yeah. Awesome. Cool. I'll get right on that. I don't know if it's not obvious, but I'm a bit of a night owl. Sunlight and me, we don't really get along all that well. It's been a while since I last felt the sun on my skin. But you know what? I don't mind it. I've always preferred the moon over the sun. Her beauty is unlike anything in this world, after all. She's like a silent, stalwart guardian, ever present, ever reassuring. The sun's always been a bit more persistent. I grew up in Arizona, where it feels like the sun never actually sets. He was ever present too, but demanding. You know what I mean? Yeah, that makes sense. Most people don't really assign genders to those two. They're not actual people, after all. I am so sorry. I must seem super weird to you right now. Cool? Huh. You don't get out much either, do you? Shit. Sorry. Force of habit. I don't get out much, but when I do, I don't really have to talk all that much with new people. I'm used to being comfortable in conversations. I didn't mean any disrespect. If it helps, I think I'm pretty cool and I don't get out much, so, um, maybe you're cool too and you don't get out much either. I am not making things any better, am I? I do appreciate you noticing that I am attempting to not make a mess of this whole conversation. Thank you. I guess that's one of the reasons why I don't mind the night all that much. People tend to keep to themselves when the moon's out. I don't have to worry too much about anyone wanting to walk up to me and try to take part in a normal, perfectly average human conversation. That's part of the beauty of the night. Darkness can mean risk, danger, uncertainty, and mystery, but it can also mean calm, stillness, a form of safety. Guess it's not weird that my life turned out the way it did, I guess. I've always been partial to the darker side of life. So you are capable of speaking more than 5 words at any given time. Your observation is incredibly correct, I'll give you that. But I don't just say a lot of weird stuff. I'm also just categorically the weirdest person in most social situations. Who knows? Maybe I'll tell you a bit about just how weird I really am if we get to know each other a bit more. I wouldn't mind having a new friend to spend a bit of time with, even though I know you're not really the kind to come up here after midnight. If you'd like to get to know each other a bit more, that is. Is it weird to make it clear I would like to be friends? I don't really want to spend the mental effort in quiet conversations and taking tiny steps towards a possible relationship that's built upon silent interactions. It's just too exhausting. I know that I've got boundless energy at times, but I don't have energy for that anymore. Oh, you do? But you've got an active lifestyle, right? I promise I'm not a stalker, just observant. And I've observed you coming and going very often. Oh, sorry to hear that. Guess I was optimistic. You've got a kind face. Look like the sort that'd be a good friend. So, if you'd like, I mean, and don't mind coming up here in the middle of the night again, I usually hang out here. I mean, um, if you'd like to come up here to talk and maybe become friends. It was nice talking to you. Yep, I've got to get myself a bite to eat before the sun rises, you see. This was nice. If you'd like to do it again, that would be nice too. And if you wouldn't, this was still pretty nice. Have a good day, yeah?